I always wanted to be an engineer. I always liked having something to show for my work and having something tangible that you go out and you do your hard work, and then the next day you go out and you see, hey, I built that, and just saying like, this is my design, this is my creativity, I made this. So my first big experience was when I was driving with my boss, Eddie, and we're out looking at the sites, and we'd been to a couple site visits, and this one, I always remember it, is we're driving out, and it was a big field, and he just goes, this is Robbie right here. I was a little scared at first, just like, oh, this is me, this is my time to shine. It's very rewarding. Now I drive back, and my parents are just down here, and I got to show it off, and they don't realize what it was before, and it's just very rewarding just to say, like, people are living here, people are moving in, people are utilizing my hard work. And the biggest thing is just seeing my product at the end. All this hard work really paid off. It turned a field into a neighborhood, into somewhere a person can call their home.
Houston was kind of a wide open entrepreneurial sort of atmosphere, and even though a couple guys from California, we were accepted and began the firm in the 70s. John Licklider and I knew each other really back in the 60s and 70s in California, and through lots of I guess different avenues, both ended up in Houston, Texas. I was really leaving, kind of heading back to California from another job. And Dutch, who was John Licklider, known as Dutch, asked me to join him and start the engineering firm, which we did in the 70s. We had great respect for each other, both as professionals as well as people, and our families had known each other for a long time. So we were almost family together. The way to make that work, of course, is to have great employees and people that believed in that client-centered driven business.
My career kind of started off normally. The first 5 years, either through internship at the highway department or working full-time at the highway department. After that, I took the next step and went to Winslow, and kind of fell in love with the culture and the people. We
merged the firm that Calvin was with in the 80s, Winslow and Associates, with Licklider Jameson at that time. Calvin was with that group. Calvin was a strong project manager, but had a great business sense, and was able to translate being a good engineer into being a great business manager. And that's a hard transition for some people, but Calvin's made that step, and I think it's become a great leader for LJA.
From the late 80s until 1994, I served in various roles at Licklider Jameson until Licklider was acquired by a much larger organization. Then I led a revolt that ended up with us forming LJA Engineering, honoring the old Licklider Jameson.
The company today, I think, is still sort of founded on the basis of the way we started many, many years ago.
They were, that type of organization, family organization, meant a lot to me.
And we believed in growth, because with growth you gave opportunity to your people.
If you're not growing, your employees have no place to go. If you don't expand, then where's that young EIT going to go when he gets to be a PE? He needs to have his own projects to manage and everything else. Well, either somebody above him's got to leave, or you expand.
I think a lot of the times we hire people that have that same spirit, that really have the passion, really want to come to work, really get excited about what they do.
From the second you walk in the door, you become a part of the family. And although it's a 550-person company, you get to work with everyone in the field. You get to see all aspects of the project, and you really get a large knowledge early on.
Quite frankly, what makes a great employee and a great business is people caring about what they do, going the extra mile, and just really try to give them the freedom to grow and become what they can be.
The culture here gives you permission to think outside of the box. And I think that's more so anything. No one has to tell you, you innovate, do something new, be creative, think harder. It's when someone releases the boundary to you actually trying something new because you know it won't be shot down, or it'll at least be given adequate consideration.
We've got degreed professional engineers, we've got non-degreed designers and CADers that all work together and are each equally important in the production of the project.
We don't do things today that we did 20 years ago, and in this profession, that's good. You know, we're not a firm that says, well, this is the way we do it, or this is how we do it. We want that youth to say, hey, here's an idea, and you do it this way, and we can do it better.
I have a form of ownership in my projects just because I know that there's more to it than just me sealing it, me being done with it. We're in a career and a business that there is tangibles to what we do, and you can actually see it.
I think they've just got a great passion for what we do. I think they really believe in this employee-owned philosophy where everybody has a stake in the success of the company.
We're all owners. We're all owners either privately or through the ESOP, which owns the majority of the company.
I think that is what really drives the culture of the company, and that, you know, every decision you make every day affects the company.
We have a wonderful, highly technical, confident staff, and we have the latest in software, we have the latest in technology, we have the latest in training and understanding. So we have the best data, we have the best people.
All of us serve a vital part of the overall project success. And I think the fact that we strive for excellence and all of our other departments do the same thing, it continues to bring in additional work just through our past results.
We have branched into many different divisions, starting with our transportation division. Of course, we've got a very strong surveying division, GIS, added staff to our water, wastewater, our H&H departments, and even expanded into such services as rail, midstream. I work in the land division, land development division here in the West Houston office. We take a piece of land where it starts literally from nothing, where it's a bare, raw piece of land, and we work with the owner to survey it, to plat it, to design it, to build it.
I'm in the transportation division. We have really three groups, the highway group, the traffic group, and bridge structural group.
We provide engineering services for TxDOT, various toll road authorities, some counties, and some cities.
We do all sorts of surveys, everything from control networks to transportation projects, a lot of pipeline work out of Beaumont, industrial type work in those areas.
We design and manage construction of water treatment plants, wastewater treatment plants, pump stations, stormwater pump stations for all of our land development projects.
We do the analysis and design for keeping people safe from flooding. We look at drainage. We make sure we know where the water's going today. We make sure we let the water go where it needs to go so that we can allow for the development of streets and the infrastructure and ultimately the houses.
The Rail Services Division began 3 years ago. And in that period of time since then, we've performed on over 100 rail projects. So typically the type of work that my team performs on is bridge design and construction management, as well as construction.
In the midstream infrastructure division, we focus on capital projects for the midstream energy sector. That's all the things that move commodities from the wellhead to wherever they get used, so pipelines, terminals, ships.
We put in a floating drawbridge that was hydraulically powered and involved sinking a pontoon so that we could raise one end of the bridge and rotate it out of the way so that traffic could go through.
I work in Austin. I'm the manager of Austin. Mostly I work in single family site, meaning multifamily, commercial, wastewater treatment, water treatment, pump stations, drainage studies. Also in our office is the coastal division. We've been very fortunate in Austin. We work for a bunch of great people, really good people.
It's a valuable resource to our clients to be able to come to us, and it's really like a one-stop shop.
What do you do with family? You watch each other's back. So they become your other family. I think each group sort of develops that, they develop that sense of community, and they do things outside the company.
I'm a co-chair of the LJA Cares Committee. We organize events that are on the weekends. We also do drives where we raise money for Toys for Tots, and we do a school supply drive every year. We do a fan drive for the Fort Bend Corps.
We've done some of the Hearts and Hammers stuff. Consider myself to be good with tools and kind of a handy guy, so that's fun for me, giving back to the community and helping out.
We always used to think about hiring people, not to just hire somebody to fill a slot, to really make them part of the success of the firm. It mattered all the way from the secretary who answered the phone to a project manager. Everybody had a part in the success. principally because they came in contact with our clients. And how a client felt about the whole experience from the time the phone was answered to the time their project was done was critical to success.
They view us as part of their team, kind of like the family feeling we have here at LJA.
We have been around for over 40 years, so we know what we're doing. This firm and the engineers that we hire, they are experts in this field. If you need something done, we're the people to call.
From the second you walk in, you know that you're going to be taken care of, and you can trust that, especially once you see people who have been here for 17 plus years, 20 years, people retiring here. You know that you're a part of something special.
We love what we do. We're enthusiastic about it. I think the low turnover or the lack of turnover in my department shows that we enjoy what we do. We're thrilled about coming to work every day and succeeding for our clients.